Hi guys, my name is Thiện and you can contact me at my email or my telephone on the screen. Okay, now I will help you to deal with the IL writing task 1, especially how to describe a portrait. Okay, in my lessons, I will show you for part 1. I will show you how to write the introduction. Then we will write overview, and part 3 and part 4 we will write the body. Okay, now we'll move to the first part, introduction. To begin our lesson, I have questions for all of you. My question is, what should we write in introduction? Okay, in introduction we should rewrite or paraphrase the topic statement in my own word or in your own word, and I will show you the detail how to paraphrase the topic statement. However, to begin, we will look at the portraits like this. We have the portraits, and the sentence below in above here we can see the topic statement, which we must to paraphrase. We have the chart below show the expenditures of 2 countries in the consumer goods in 2010 with pound sterling. Okay. Now we should to paraphrase. The first we have the chart. For this word we should not change because in IL Pen 9 requires you must to keep unchanged some word, and you shouldn't change the chart because the chart is chart, the table is table, the process is process, so the chart is the chart. Then we have the below. We should not rewrite the below because this is the topic statement and we have the portrait. However, in our answer sheet we don't have the portrait below, so the word below we can delete it. Next we move to the show. The word shows. The word show we should use the synonym, and one of the synonyms of the show is illustrate. The expenditures of we must to strengthen into the amount of money spent, because the spend is the verb and it needs some object, so we must to put the subject on consumer goods here. So we paraphrase this first. On the consumer goods we can use on 5, put the word 5 between on and consumer. It make it clearer. If you want it more clearer, we can use the blanket and put 5 items between them, like this: cars, computers, books, perfume, cameras. Okay, then we come back to the word that we didn't paraphrase. 2 country of 2 country. We paraphrase France and the UK. Okay, and in year we have year here, so we can't paraphrase this, so we can keep it unchanged. And the last one we have pound sterling. Pound sterling is the unit, so we can not paraphrase this into a new phrase. We must change it into a sentence, and I have like this. This word is very nice for the examiners because we use a measure. This sentence is the passive voice, and which is very useful and it's very often appear in the academic essays. So at the end of our paraphrase, we have instructions sentence like this. The chart illustrates the amount of money spent on 5 consumer goods: cars, computers, books, perfume, and cameras. In France and the UK, in 210, units are measured in pounds sterling. Okay, now we will move to the second part. We move to overview. In overview, what should we write? We should emphasize or highlight the key feature. So look at this and find the key feature. When we look at the purchase, we can see the UK spend more money than France. This is the first one, the first features. The next we have the UK and the France are similar because they spend more money, much money on car. Okay, so we have the statement like this. This car spend more money on consumer goods than France is this previously given. Then we have the UK spend less money on perfume, while France in camera. So we have the next sentence like this. Both the British and the French spend most of their money on cars, whereas the less amount of money was spent on perfume in the UK compared to cameras in French. Now we come back the purchase. When we talk about higher, we should talk about the lower. So when we see the purchase, we can see that France and the UK make the big difference on camera. The gap between them is very high, it's very large. So we have the large sentence like this. The most significant difference in expenditures between the two countries was on camera. So that's the end of overview. So we have the full overview like this. When we write the full sentence, the full paragraph, we must to have the word overview. It makes the examiner can get what is your overview. It's very useful. So try to use it. Okay. Now we'll move to part 3 and part 4. At the beginning, I want to come back to our purchase. As you can see that we have the car. France, UK spend more on car, book, and camera, while France spend more on computer and perfume. So we can put it into 2 paragraphs. That's why we have 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Paragraph 1 we maybe talk about the UK, and paragraph 2 we talk about French. And it's make it clear when we write paragraph 1 with car, books, and camera. And paragraph 2 we write about computers and perfume. Okay, so I will have you to write the paragraph for the paragraph 1, body paragraph 1. Look at the paragraph. You can see that the car in the UK maybe more than 415,000 pounds sterling, while in the French just 400,000 pounds sterling. So we have the first statement like this. This term, of course, people in the UK spend about 400 50,000 pounds sterling on this is opposed to the French a 400,000 pounds. Then look at the book. We have the book here. The book in the UK is over 400,000 pounds, while it's in France just 200,000 pounds. So we have the second statement like this. Similarly, the British expenditures were higher on book than French, around 400,000 pounds and 300,000 pounds respectively. Remember, we have respectively very useful. When you use this, it means 400,000 pounds for British, 2,100 pounds, 100,000 pounds for French. It's very logical. And then we will move to the camera. In the cameras in the UK, just over 250,000 pounds, while in the UK just 150 pounds. So we have the last statement like this. In the UK, expenditures on a camera just over 350,000 pounds were over pounds double that were France, which were only 115,000 pounds. Okay, that's in the end of the body paragraph 1. So we have the full paragraph like this. Okay, when after we write the first statement, the first paragraph with body paragraph with her, book, and camera. Now we will move to the body 2. Paragraph body 2. We will write about computer and perfume. In the computer in France, we have over 350,000 pounds, while in the UK we have just 550,000 pounds. So we have the first statement like this. And we have a hook statement. On the other hand, the amount of money spent out on the remaining goods were higher in France. And then we have the next statement. Neither of the countries spent much on perfume, where accounts for 200 expenditures in France, but under blah blah blah. So that is the end of body paragraph 2. So it's very easy. So I hope that you can deal with this type of writing task 1. Thank you for listening.